Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been here before, today I'm posting this video in response to some friends and family who have been hitting me up because I live in Europe and they're feeling like this might be the time they want to move to Europe. So they're asking, where should I move to? And what should I expect? These kind of recommendations, that's what they're looking for because they feel like now is the time. I'm ready to make a move. Now is the time. And let me come up front and preface this video by saying that, of course, I'm an American. I love America. I love Americans. I love the land, people, the food, the music. Good God. Um, but with that being said, I can't lie. I have a very peaceful existence in Europe, traveling and living. I do. And I wholeheartedly encourage you to visit, travel the world, get out and see things, take in some different experiences, step back away from your environment. You will get some perspective. But living and moving to a country is a lot different than just being a tourist and being on vacation, living in a hotel and eating in nice restaurants, sightseeing. It's completely different. In your own town, it's different than living as a local as opposed to being a tourist, going to concerts, nightlife. You're not doing that every day. It's so you really the decision to actually move to another country should be a well thought out plan. Now, some people have to move in a rush. It happens, but if you can reflect, you know, it's better not to do things under duress. It's under stress. It is if you have that possibility. And I know a lot of people are feeling anxious. There's a lot of emotions running with everything that's happened with this last election. And I feel it. Uh, eh, I know a lot of people in the US, they haven't a lot of emotions about what they're feeling is yet to come. And it's concerning. And they just want to escape it all. The first thing you need to do is get a passport. And I say that really, first of all, it must be said because getting a passport is a process. It's not like running up to the DMV, getting your driver's license. It is a weeks long process. And if there's a delay, it's it can take months. I mean, it actually kind of like takes a couple of months anyway, but it can be an even longer process. So if you are thinking of traveling abroad, you need to get on that right away. Just get it done. I know it's kind of like not the thing you want to put on your to-do list. It's something that you'll push off, push off, push off. But if the summer hits and you want to travel, you're going to want to have your get it done. I mean, that's the only way to make it happen. And if you've never been abroad, you need to get your head right. I mean, you need to come. It's not like you can just jump up like you going across the country in America. You have to get your head right. This is a big thing, even just visiting another country. If you don't have your passport, you're not a seasoned traveler, you just gotta, it's almost like a new skill set. So get your head right and know that you are leaving America. And I always refer to the David Bowie song, this tune, David Bowie, The Gone But Not Forgotten. It's just a simple line in his song. This is not America. This is not America. No, this is not. And that's not a bad thing because we're Americans. We know about America. We know about the food. We know the language. You know, we have that American thing. So you're leaving, you want a different experience, don't you? So you want to open your mind up and just be a little more tolerant about the fact that you're going to experience some different things. And people, you should step back a little bit and check out people's mannerisms, the way they interact with each other, and just don't put yourself in the middle of it. That's a whole thing. I don't want to make this video too long. Europe has a lot of things you'll be familiar with, like McDonald's. There's McDonald's all over the place. And as for myself, I've been in Europe a long time and in Germany. And you start to notice things that they won't tell you in a brochure. And what I've noticed in Germany is I have never seen a stray cat or dog. And I've been all over this country. I've seen so much of this country more than most Germans will ever see. And I have never seen a stray dog or cat. And I really think that's something. They're not going to tell you that in a brochure. But I have seen stray cats and dogs in Southern Europe, Italy, Spain, Greece. I've definitely seen stray dogs and cats down there. If you never traveled, it may not be that easy to get your head around how Europe is, that you have these small countries and where you might want to live. You know, you're talking about countries with their own distinct languages. Where you might want to live is, ooh, that's questionable. But where you should visit, all of them, mostly, mostly all these countries. Paris, the first place I ever visited when I was much younger was Paris. That's the first trip I ever took, and it was mind-blowing for me. I can remember it like it was yesterday. Beautiful experience. I mean, there's so much to see. There's so much architecture, you know, and they have their own language, French. Have you studied French? You might want to learn French. You might want to learn Italian, Spanish. Uh, where you might want to visit is easy, and I highly, highly recommend it. I cannot say that enough. But things, they change so fast. They're moving so fast. And let me say also, what's going on in America with the inflation and refugees? Uh, this is something that's happening across Europe. This is not special or unique to America. It is happening everywhere in the Western world. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But this inflation is serious business out here. Stuff has just doubled. So many things have doubled in price. So this is causing a lot of problems. You're talking about the haves and have-nots. You might measure it a different way in Europe because all these countries that I'm talking about in the south of Europe, so many of them like Italy, Spain, Greece, those people are coming up here to Northern Europe, to places like Germany and the UK because they have much stronger economies, especially Germany. And I don't think it has anything to do with the beauty of those countries. What is not to love about Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece? Beautiful, beautiful. The food, beautiful. The music, the weather. But people, they're trying to live, they're trying to survive. So people are, they're making that move. Like a lot of people in America are thinking about making a move, but you should travel. Travel is a big decision. Do I recommend Germany? Would I recommend Germany? What place in Europe would I recommend? That's like recommending somebody date a certain person. Yeah, you might want to date, you know, take a little vacation, but do you want to marry somebody just because you went on a date with them? You know, it's a process. Check it out. I would not leap into that decision like there's no reason to do it. I mean, travel costs money, but if you're going to change your whole life so that you can move to another country, I think it's worth checking out. I moved back and well, I traveled back and forth before I made that final decision. It was a process. I'll talk more about that in another video, probably a live. And yeah, I'm here in Germany. Germany has a great system. It is a meticulously managed system. That's why people come here. There's a lot of bureaucracy, but things run in a very orderly way. Is it perfect? No country. Who's perfect? We know the history of Germany, but you would never believe those things happen in history if you were here today because it's just such a tolerant place. And Germans know how to mind their business. This is really a melting pot of people. It's an amazing thing to see. You know, you have that similarly in London, but it's just something really special about these major cities in Germany and the mix of people. I've met people from countries I've never heard of, and people, they function together in a way that's very different, this much more tolerant of each other than in America. It's really amazing. When I sometimes I just step back and just, wow, wow, wow. It's something to see. And this, again, this is Germany, and there was a time that people were leaving Germany, Poland, because of the unrest, you know? But there's a lot to see in Europe. I cannot make this video too long. I just want to introduce the topic to you guys from my perspective And I will do related videos on this topic and tell you things that you will not find in a brochure, as unbiasedly as I can, being the human being that I am. But there's so much to see in Europe. I just really, people should travel, not just to Europe. There's so many beautiful places in the world. The world is just, it's really something to see. It's like really the most not the most, but one of the most enriching things you can do if you can. And there's even a lot to see in America. Sometimes you just need to step out of your environment and it just maybe you'll even appreciate your environment more. And you maybe you find ways that you can contribute to its betterment. But I really do understand all of the emotions and the concern right now. Like I said, I have it too. I also did a video about a year ago about travel tips. It had nothing to do with what people are feeling right now. It was just travel tips when you're traveling abroad. And there's some tips in there that you will find very useful. I'm sure there's a couple that you never thought about. Just get it together if you want to travel. It's not like jumping in a car, you know that. But jumping on a plane to cross overseas, to cross over the ocean to someone's country, not Mexico, even that, going to Mexico, that's something. But going overseas to Europe with these unfamiliar languages, that's something. But you know, people are welcoming the tourists. They love the tourist dollar. But living there, hmm, that's something else. It's a lot to think about, and we all have a lot to think about right now. But I'll be back with you real soon. Until I see you the next time, keep living your life like it's golden. God bless America and everywhere else. Peace.